to go walk, make Harry happy, something Uncle Vernon had struggled against for 13 years. On the other hand, allowing Harry to disappear to the Weasley for the rest of the summer walk, get rid of him 2 weeks earlier than anyone could have happened, and Uncle Vernon had help in the house. To give himself singing time in the scene, he looked down at Mrs. Weasley later again. "Who is this woman?" he said, staring in the signature with a disdain. "You think here," said Harry. "She's my friend Rose." "You think here," said Harry. "She's my friend Rose's mother. She was meeting him on the hot of the school train in the end of the last time. He had always said Howard Express, and that was a sure way to get his uncle's temper up. Nobody ever mentioned the name of Harry's school alone in the Dursley household." Uncle Vernon screwed up his never-say face as though trying to remember something very unpleasant. "Dumber sort of woman," he growled finally. "Lots of the children with red hair." Harry floated. He thought it was a bit rich of Uncle Vernon to call anyone dumpy, when his own son Dudley had finally assumed that he'd been waiting to think the age of three and become whiter than he was still. Uncle Vernon was passing the letter again. "Quidditch," he muttered and under his breath. "Quidditch, what is this rubbish?" Harry felt a second step off and once. "It's a sport," he sighed softly, "played on board." All right, said Uncle Vernon, warmly. Harry saw with some satisfaction that his uncle looked wildly panicky. Apparently, his nervous won't stand the sound of the world's broomsticks in his living room.
He looked half-expressing later again. "Harry, saw his lips form the word send us your answer in the normal way," he scolded. "What does this mean, the normal way?" he spat. "Normal for us," said Harry, and before his uncle could stop him, he added, "You know, old post, that's what's normal for wizards." Uncle Vernon looked as outraged as it Harry had just uttered a disgusting swear word. Shaking with anger, he shot a nervy look through the window, as though expecting to see some of the neighbors with their ears pressed against the glass. "How many times do I have to tell you not to mention that unnaturalness under my roof?" He hastened his face, now a rich plum color. "You stand there in the clothes, Petunia, and I have put on your wonderful black only after Dudley finished with them," said Harry coldly, "and indeed he has dressed in a sweatshirt so large for him that he had to roll back and sleeves 5 times so as to be able to use his hands, and which feel past the knees for his extremely baggy jeans." "I will not be spoken to like that," said Uncle Vernon, trembling with rage. But Harry wasn't going to stand for this. Gone were the day when he had been forced to take every single one the Darcy's stupid rules. He wasn't following Dudley's did, and he wasn't going to let Uncle Vernon stop his going to the Quidditch World Cup, not if the gold he helped it. Harry took a deep, studying breath and then said, "Okay, I can see the World Cup. Can I go now then? Only. I've got a letter to Sirius I want to finish. You know, my godfather. He had done it. He had said the magic's words. Now he watched the purple residence blotchingly for Uncle Vernon's face, making it look like badly mixed blackcurrant ice cream.
You writing to him, are you? Said Uncle Vernon in a would-be-calm voice, but Harry had seen the pupils of his tiny ears contract with sudden fear. Well, yeah, sighed Harry casually. It's been a while since we had for me, and you know, if he doesn't, he might start thinking something wrong. He stopped there to enjoy the effect of these words. He could almost see the cocks walking under Uncle Vernon's thick, dark, nearly parted hair. If he tried to stop Harry writing too Sirius would think Harry was being mistreated. If he told Harry he couldn't go to the Quidditch World Cup, Harry would write and tell Sirius, who would know he was being mistreated. There was only one thing for Uncle Vernon to do. Harry could see the conclusion forming in his mind as such the great moustache face was transparent. Harry tried not to smile to keep his oven face as blank as possible. And then, well, all right, Sam, you can go to this review, this step. This World Cup thing. You write and tell this, they to pick you up mind. I haven't got time to go dropping you off all over the country, and you can spend the rest of the summer there. And you can tell your godfather. Tell him you're going. Okay then, said Harry brightly. He turned and walked towards the living room door, facing the arch to jump into the air and walk. He was going to the Weasleys. He was going to watch the Quidditch World Cup. Outside in the hall, he nearly ran into Dudley, who had been lurking behind the door, clearly hoping to overhear Harry being told off. He looked shocked to see the broad grin on Harry's face.
That was an excellent breakfast, wasn't it? Said Harry. I feel really full, don't you? Laughing at the astonished look on Dudley's face, Harry took the stairs 3 at a time and hurled himself back into his bedroom. The first thing he saw was that Hedwig was back. She was sitting in her cage, staring at Harry with her enormous amber eyes and clicking her back in the way that meant she was annoyed about something. Exactly what was annoying he became apparent almost at once. Ouch, said Harry. Whatever to be a small, grey, feathery tennis ball had just collided with the side of Harry's head. Harry massaged his head fiercely, looking up to see what had hit him, and saw a minutely owl, small enough to fit into the palm of his hand, whizzing exactly around the room like a loose firework. Harry soon realized that the owl had dropped a letter at his feet. Harry bent down, recognized Ron's handwriting, then tore open the envelope. Inside was a hastily scribbled note. Harry, Dad got the ticket. Ireland versus Bulgaria, Monday night. Mom's writing to the Muggles to ask you to stay. They might already have the letter. I don't know how fast Muggle Post is. Thought I'd send this Swiss pig anyway. Harry stared at the word pig, then looked up at the tiny oval nose zooming around the lampshade on the ceiling. He had never seen anything that looked less like a pig. Maybe he couldn't read Ron's writing. He went back to the letter. "We're coming for you, whether the Muggles like it or not. You can't miss the World Cup."
Only Mom and Dad reckon it's better if we pretend to ask their permission first. If they say yes, send Pig back with your answer pronto, and we'll come and get you at 5 o'clock on Sunday. If they say no, send Pig back pronto, and we'll come and get you at 5 o'clock on Sunday anyway. Hermione's arriving this afternoon. Percy started work at the Department of International Magical Cooperation. Don't mention anything about abroad while you are here unless you want the pants word of you. See you soon, Ron. Calm down, Harry said as the small owl flew low over his head, twittering madly with what Harry could only assume was pride at having delivered the letter to the right person. Come here, I need you to take my answer back. The owl fluttered down on top of Hedwig's cage. Hedwig looked coldly up at it as though daring it to try and come any closer. Harry seized his eagle feather quill once more, grabbed a fresh piece of parchment and wrote, "Ron, it's all okay. The Muggles say I can come. See you 5 o'clock tomorrow. Can't wait. Harry." He folded this note up very small and with immense difficulty, tied it to the tiny owl's leg as it hopped on the spot with excitement. The moment the note was secure, the owl was off again. It zoomed out of the window and out of sight. Harry turned to Hedwig. "Feeling up to a long journey?" he asked her. Hedwig hooted in a dignified sort of way. "Can you take this too serious for me?" he said, picking up his letter. Hang on, I just want to finish it." He unfolded the parchment again and hastily added a postscript. "If you want to contact me, I'll be at my friend Ron Worsley for the rest of the summer. His dad's got us ticket for the Quidditch World Cup." The letter finished, he tied it to the Hedwig's leg. She kept unusually still, as though determined to show him how a real post owl should behave. "I'll be at Ron's when you get back." "All right," Harry told her. She nipped his finger affectionately, then, with a soft swooshing noise, spread her enormous wings and soared out of the open window. Harry watched her out of sight, then crawled under his bed, reached up to the lowest floorboard and pulled out a large chunk of birthday cake. He sat there on the floor eating it, savoring the happiness that was flooding through him. He had cake and Dudley had nothing but grapefruit. It was a bright summer's day. He would be leaving private drive tomorrow. His car felt perfectly normal again, and he was going towards the Quidditch World Cup. It was hard, just now, to feel worried about anything, even Lord Voldemort.